Larsen Toubro, or in short L&T, is an Indian company, but its name doesn't sound so Indian. Well, there is a story behind it which we will discuss. When we hear the word L&T, the first thing that comes to our mind is construction. But there is more to it. L&T is a lot bigger than you know. The L&T story goes back to the years before the Second World War. Two engineers from Denmark who arrived in Indian shores in 1934 started this company. One of them was Henning Hock Larsen, a chemical engineer specialized in cement technology. The other was Soren Christian Toubro, a civil engineer. Both were been friends since college days. They arrived on Indian shores as representatives of a Danish engineering firm, FL Schmidt & Co., in connection with the merger of some cement companies in India. A group of small cement companies were being merged and combined entity was named as Associated Cement Companies, or ACC Cement as we know today. After this merger was over, Larsen and Toubro were planning to go back to Denmark. But then, World War II began in 1938. They didn't return home as Denmark was occupied by Nazi Germany. They decided to stay and with the little money they had, joined Mr. Desai from Mumbai to start a partnership firm. A table and a chair in a small room. That was L&T's first office. Initially, the firm didn't have much money, so one person would sit in the office to maintain accounts and make phone calls, while other went around trying to get the business. That was the beginning of L&T. To understand the business opportunities, Larsen and Toubro explored the country needs. In the days of war, there was a need for ship repairs. Besides, a runway was needed for planes to land at Santa Cruz in Bombay. These were among the first projects taken up by L&T. Moreover, India needed a lot of European goods to survive. So, L&T became the agent for European goods in India. They used to import goods from Europe and sell in India. They knew what India needed and how to market them here. That's how their business was expanded. After the war ended in 1945, they realized that soon India will become independent and the firm would get a lot of business. So, from a partnership firm, L&T became a private limited company with some more shareholders joining them. At that time, L&T was operating mainly from Bombay. In 1944, L&T ventured to become a construction company. Construction was a risky business because there is a limited certainty of profits and all projects take long term to complete. Larsen and Toubro felt that construction business should be run by a subsidiary company. If a company is operating as a subsidiary, it will be treated as an independent business. So in 1944, a company called Engineering Construction Corporation was incorporated. Larsen and Toubro, along with two other friends, contributed 10,000 each for this company. In December 1950, L&T went for an IPO and became a public company with a paid-up capital of 20 lakh rupees. Larsen and Toubro's idea was that ECC would focus on construction of factories in core sectors like cement, steel, power and fertilizer plants to support indigenous manufacturing in India and meet the requirements of a newly formed nation. L&T would build these factories, import essential technology and develop a profitable business out of it. They were inspired by the European model of manufacturing and selling heavy machinery and specialized equipment, which they are going to implement in the future business. The very first bridge built by ECC was in mid-1950s. Interestingly, it was for the film The Bridge on the River Kwai. It took nearly 8 months to build the wooden bridge and just 30 seconds to blow it up by the director David Lean's team. The movie went on to win an Oscar. The prestigious orders executed by company during this period included Amul Dairy at Anand and Blast Furnace at Rourkela Steel Plant. With the successful completion of these jobs, L&T emerged as the largest engineering contractor in the country. The 60s saw a significant change in L&T. Soren Christian Toubro retired from active management in 1962. The 60s were also the decade of rapid growth for the company and witnessed the formation of many new ventures. By 1964, L&T has widened its capabilities to include some of the best technologies in the world. In the decade that followed, it grew rapidly and by 1973, L&T had become one of the top 25 Indian companies. In 1976, Henning Hock Larsen was awarded the Magsaysay Award for International Understanding as a recognition for his contribution to India's industrial development. He retired as a chairman in 1978. In the decades that followed, the company grew into an engineering major under the guidance of leaders like N.M. Desai, U.V. Rao, S.D. Kulkarni and A.M. Nayak. We should talk especially about A.M. Nayak. Anil Manibhai Nayak is the chairman of Larsen & Toubro since 2003. Nayak joined L&T as a junior engineer in 1965. He is the longest serving employee of L&T. By 1999, the 57-year-old Nayak was the most senior member of the company and he was chosen as the CEO and managing director. His biggest achievement was saving L&T from the hostile acquisition by Reliance Industries. Well, that's a different story and it deserves its own video. This man dedicated his life to L&T. He is working with this organization for the last 56 years. That's a record in itself. Under his leadership, the company has diversified into various businesses, but the theme has remained the same: infrastructure. L&T's business is centered around this one word. Now let's look at L&T's business industry-wise. L&T operates in 9 different industries, but the dominant one is infrastructure. 50% of the company's revenue comes from this segment. L&T Construction has a strong presence in India, Middle East, Bhutan and Bangladesh. They construct almost everything, but they are well known for building metro rail systems. They built world's largest metro project on a public-private partnership mode, the Hyderabad Metro Rail project. Not only that, they have constructed metro projects in major cities like Lucknow, Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai, and outside India as well. Not just metro, they also build railway lines from end to end. They are constructing India's first high-speed rail corridor from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. L&T even built airports. They have a track record of having executed 11 international airports in India and Middle East. Again, it covers all the major airports in India. What is even interesting is that they built cricket stadiums. The famous Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Chennai, Motera Stadium in Ahmedabad, all were constructed by L&T. They even built a cricket stadium in West Indies. If we talk about the buildings, the iconic Cyber Towers in Hyderabad, TCS building in Chennai, ICICI Bank building in Hyderabad and ITC One Hotel in Colombo, all were built by L&T. The iconic Statue of Unity in Gujarat and the Lotus Temple in Delhi are built by none other than L&T. The list is not just limited to buildings and stadiums. They built factories, nuclear power plants, dams, roads, water recycling facilities, power transmission lines, and the list is too big. You think about infrastructure, it is covered by L&T. L&T's expertise doesn't stop just at construction. They execute turnkey projects. A turnkey project is a contract under which L&T takes care of everything from design, construction and equipment in the facility and delivers the project over to the client when it is ready for operations. So when L&T builds a nuclear power plant, they don't just build the structure, they build the nuclear reactor as well. Because of executing these turnkey projects, L&T developed expertise in various areas. For example, L&T's heavy engineering business supplies equipment to factories and nuclear power sector. Its metallurgical and material handling division caters to metal and mining industries. This helps L&T to offer all these services as a bundle to the clients, and it gives a competitive advantage. Another interesting business of L&T is hydrocarbon engineering. Hydrocarbon industry is nothing but oil and gas industry. You must have seen these huge structures in the middle of the ocean. These are oil rigs, used to extract crude oil from below the sea surface. L&T builds these oil rigs. They build India's largest offshore oil rig, Mumbai High. After the crude oil is extracted, it has to be refined to extract petrol and diesel. L&T builds even that. They built world's largest oil refinery at Jamnagar for Reliance Industries. L&T is also the authorized distributor of Komatsu Ltd in India. In 1998, L&T Komatsu Ltd was formed as a joint venture between L&T and Komatsu Asia Pacific. In 2013, L&T acquired 50% shareholding of this joint venture and the company name was changed to L&T Construction Equipment. They provide wide range of construction and mining equipment. Larsen Toubro has also been the authorized exclusive distributor of automobile company Scania in India. L&T also builds ships. L&T Shipbuilding operates 2 modern shipyards, one on the east coast at Katupalli near Chennai and another one on the west coast of India at Hazira near Surat in Gujarat. All these shipyards build warships, submarines and auxiliary vessels. They mainly serve Indian Navy. Let's talk about LTI or L&T Infotech. It's a global technology consulting and digital solution company which has more than 460 clients in 33 countries and it employs over 40,000 people. L&T also have Mindtree under its belt. In 2019, L&T did a hostile takeover of Mindtree. It was hostile takeover because owners of Mindtree were not ready to sell their company, but L&T acquired 20% stake from the late VG Siddhartha, the founder of Cafe Coffee Day, and remaining from the open market. Both LTI and Mindtree are counted under India's top 10 software companies. Apart from all the businesses we discussed so far, L&T is also into defense equipment, financial services, and real estate. So that's the video guys. I have a whole playlist of how big series. Be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.